I've lived in Brooklyn for about 25 years, and I've been doing photography most of that time. I love walking around the city and taking photos of the city that I love and connecting with the city and the people through photography. In doing that, I was lucky to take a program that B&H was offering. They offered it a number of years. I took it its very first year. It was called a development program. And in that program, we took a number of classes at B&H and had a couple of photo critiques. And then we were able to submit photos for to be included in a show here at Soho Photo. I was lucky to have a photo selected, and I was included in that show. And through that, I learned about Soho Photo. And it became a goal of mine to develop my photography enough that I could become good enough to apply and become a member. And eventually, a number of years later, I did apply and became a member. I've been a member here for about 3 years. You know, I joined really so I could do exhibitions of my work, but what has been really more important as being a member is to join a photography of a community of photographers who have been very helpful in critiquing my work and giving me helpful suggestions and becoming friends. And I've definitely learned a lot about running a gallery and installing exhibitions and how to display photography. So when I joined the gallery, I was doing almost exclusively what I call abstract street photography. So it's street photography, you know, all shots are candid, nothing cloned in or out, but I use reflections or silhouettes, or I shoot through things to abstract the photos to my mind, make them more visually interesting, to bring some complexity and kind of show the complexity of the world as I see it. Now I'm using multiple exposures and intentional camera movement to abstract my photos. And to kind of show a different side of the city as I see it and my connections to the city. It's a way, so in multiple exposures I actually bought a new camera so that I could use a camera that allowed you to blend your exposures using different ways. Like there's an exposure that blends only the brighter parts of a photo, and there's a different method where you blend only the darker parts of the photo. And in doing that you can create a very different vision of the city. And most of my photographs are not purely abstract, they're semi-abstract, so you can see what it's a photo of, but you get a different view of it. And I'm hoping something more interesting and something that allows the viewer to bring a little bit more of themselves to the photo as well. Well, it kind of depends on what I'm feeling at the time. I think that comes through in the photos, whether I'm feeling happy or sad or just feeling very quiet. Sometimes I have a word in my mind when I'm photographing, and that somehow influences the photographs I take. You know, I don't deliberately go out and try to shoot that, but I do think it comes through in the photos when you're done. Actually, the latest thing I'm working on is very different for me. I'm actually creating a collage of a cityscape, a paper collage, something in my imagination, and then I photograph it using multiple exposure and intentional camera movement, and then I blend those and manipulate those in the computer to create something entirely new. Oh, my next show is at the end of April. It's called Bridge Visions, and it's pictures that I've taken of or from the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm trying to, you know, it's obviously a much photographed object. It takes a little courage to try to take a new view of the Brooklyn Bridge, but using multiple exposures and intentional camera movement, I've tried to bring a different vision of the bridge, and I hopefully the viewers will agree. They're very colorful, most of them. Some of them are, well, they're all color photos. And for me, that helps bring emotion to my work and express the emotions that I'm feeling as I take them.